The 2016 presidential election provoked one of the most significant social movements in modern history. Americans erupted across 4,021 cities, producing 27,271 protests for a kinder world, engaging 13,616,687 people. People were demonstrating for inclusion, human rights, and the environment, advocating for racial justice, compassionate immigration, gun reform, healthcare access, and education funding. We could spend a lifetime devoted to any one of these significant social issues. I'm not here today to talk about systemic social concerns. Oftentimes when we take on big social issues, we do so to get a kind of adrenaline hit. That approach to change is unsustainable. It's exhausting, and it can serve as a kind of distraction. We are each here to make a unique contribution. A couple weeks ago, I called my dad. I could tell he was angsty, frustrated. He was forecasting the future of the world and the impact to his grandchildren. And I abruptly said, "Dad, we are in the midst of a collective existential crisis." And he said, "What the heck does that mean?" And I said, "Here's what that means. We have been in a trance. The systems and structures that have organized our reality are demanding examination. The social agreements that have undergirded society are not working. We've come to understand that bigger really isn't always better. The world that we're moving toward requires imagination and creativity." I could hear him start to stir. He paused and then he chuckled and he said, "I appreciate your conviction." You know, here's the thing. We are deeply disconnected. We are disconnected from one another, but perhaps more importantly, we are disconnected from ourselves. We can no longer numb out or opt out. We can no longer just go through the motions. You know, one of the most radical things that you may do in your lifetime is honor your unique purpose. Your purpose is a living protest. It's a movement toward what matters. The word protest means to declare something firmly and emphatically in the face of doubt. Have you ever experienced doubt within yourself or from another person? Have you ever had a dream and then been told it was not possible? What do you want to create in this world? What do you want to create in your world? What is the unique purpose you're here to offer? It's time to rise up as a protest for your own freedom, to rise above the doubt and opposition that lives within you and the doubt and opposition that lives in the status quo. You're not here for survival. See, when I was a little girl, I knew I was going to be a rock star. I was going to travel the world singing on stages. And then I became a young mother, and I started to feel the demands of convention and the pressures of success. And so I shelved my dreams and aspirations, and I went into banking. I spent 15 years in banking. I learned a lot during those years. One of the things I learned is that banking is not my purpose. I bounced around from the investment bank to underwriting to the retail bank. And finally in 2012, I said to my husband, "I cannot do this another day." And I left. We had no savings, No game plan. We were raising 4 kids. My husband had just completed graduate school. Conventional wisdom would suggest that this was a terrible idea. I'm now an ordained minister. I'm a coach. I'm a consultant. I support human beings and organizations in asking bigger questions and giving a greater sense of what matters. I've developed a kind of formula that's helped me along the way. It helped me find my purpose, and it keeps me on purpose. Aliveness plus contribution equals purpose. Aliveness can be found by asking yourself a few simple questions. What causes my energy to rise? When do I feel a sense of expansion? When does it feel like time and space can disappear? Who am I with? What am I surrounded by? Contribution can be discovered by asking, what do I want to give to? What do I want to support? What takes me outside of myself and has me feel like I'm part of something bigger? When you combine aliveness and contribution, you will find yourself in the pocket of purpose. I now surround myself with friends that live their purpose as a kind of daily protest. My good friend Matthew Hoffman started a passion project in 2002 with 100 stickers in Chicago. He operated that project out of a 2-car garage until 2018, when he opened the You Are Beautiful headquarters. Matthew has since circulated over 7.5 million stickers in 119 languages around the world. This project started as an anonymous project that was intended to just interrupt human beings walking down the street, to remind us that to experience beauty, we don't just have to buy something and put it on us. He wanted a benign reminder that you are beautiful, exactly as you are. See, I think that 3 things that we could remember as we're navigating this inquiry is defining what really matters, and then finding a purpose to contribute, and effecting social change. We may not determine your purpose today, but we can incite it. We can invoke curiosity, and that is always the beginning of change. As I have spent more and more time wondering about my unique purpose, I've discovered that I love to gather human beings in unexpected encounters and shake up what people think they know. I have produced over 300 live events, bringing together some of the most prolific artists and thinkers, all in service of disrupting the inertia of the status quo. It's time to rise above the opposition and doubt that lives in you, that lives in the status quo and is oriented around survival. The world needs your aliveness now more than ever. When one of us lives more freely, humanity itself becomes freer. Thank you.